and ended with an unforgettable finish, and Bama back on top. It was a homecoming of sorts for Jets quarterback Tim Tebow. The Rowdy Reptiles started lining up at 8 o'clock this morning. Obviously, you're going to probably be more of a face of Auburn this year, senior. They brought you to Media Day, so let's do a little Auburn trivia. Two best friends here, Zach Mettenberger, LSU quarterback, Arthur Lynch, Georgia tight end. Does that get a little intense once football season starts? You told me one time you want to stay as close to the East Coast as you possibly can. I don't think you can go any farther east without getting in the oceans. I mean, how happy were you to finally land in Jacksonville?
Oh, here we go. You asked the best questions, by the way.
Does that happen on the court, and then does it translate into just everyday life as well, that if one of you's not there, the other one's going to be? Have you been counting down the days where you can get back here?
Yeah, I couldn't wait. I already marked it on my calendar.
Ryan Kelly has already been named to the Remington watch list. He's never even taken a snap in a game. You probably know better than anybody. Why is he deserving of that?
He's good. He's good. Just, you are going to see this year.
You had such a great friendship with Barrett, though. Has it been difficult trying to build that relationship?
No, I always used to mess with Barrett and say, Ryan snapped the ball better than him.
Special thanks to the Matt Kenseth pit crew for giving us that up-close look. That individual attention has finally paid off. Sign me up.
Absolutely. Look at this, see?
Cassidy Hill has more on how that has inspired the basketball team this season.
With the Alabama football team playing for yet another national championship, for kickers, there's an unseen path the ball must follow from their foot through the uprights. For St. Francis kicker Lexi Scott, a female playing in a man's world, that path has not been easy.
It's been a long road. I really don't know why I stuck with it. I think I just love football so much that it's the only way my parents would let me play.
She works extremely hard. She's as competitive, if not more competitive, than a lot of the guys on the team.
Oh, I can do that.
With a competitiveness that helped Lexi stay the course, she heads into her third year as a starter and a path that's become much straighter. Now, 4 years, there's a lot of memories, but tonight, when it hits you, what I want to know is, who's going to cry first?
Probably be Cody.
No. With South Carolina having a bye week this week and November 9th, which is homecoming here, what are the chances we could see Steve Spurrier as an honorary Mr. Tubas this year?
You have to ask him that.
I heard you in your press conference talk about Twitter and how you were banning that from your players. Can you expand on that a little bit?
Well, we have some dumb, immature players that put crap on their Twitter.
Although Murphy has experienced much of his success here in Gainesville over the past 4 years, basketball has always been a part of his life, but it's been much more than a game. Would you say that you come from a basketball family?
Yeah, no question. Huh?
Hotty toddy. Why'd you pick Ole Miss?
Chris Kiffin.
Mark Ingram just told you to buzz off.
Back to you, Bob.
Your coaches would be disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I feel like I let my team down, honestly.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. What's your strategy? The electoral system was put to good use in Newberry this year as those patriotic Panthers exercised their democratic right by voting in first-year head coach Kepa Sardui.
It was a very short letter. It said something to the effect of, we want Kepa Sardui as our head coach.
There were other candidates, sure, but only one that mattered, and like any good political team, they campaigned for him.
We didn't really want them to even be considered, honestly, just because we knew who we wanted.
People will talk about, hey, who's going to be the new coach next year? We'd be like, you know, it's going to be, we hope it's going to be Sardui.
The Panthers have a chance to close with a winning season tonight thanks to their chosen leader.
As soon as they voted me in, it was time to work, and they didn't get any special treatment or anything like that.
The opportunity came up for me to come back, and I couldn't resist it, so I went back to go do what I love.
Tells us about the journey of being a walk-on the Florida Gator football team right after this. Spring practice starts up for the Florida Gator football team in less than 2 weeks. Head coach Will Muschamp has a mantra for his team of man down, man up. TV20's Cassidy Hill tells us how former Gator long snapper Chris Guido put this into practice when he least expected it.
For about 7 or 8 months, I didn't once think that I would be back on the football team.
After a lifetime of longing to be a Gator, this was an unusual statement for Chris Guido, as the Altamont Springs long snapper has a former Gator for a father and started snapping in 3rd grade, dreaming of one day doing the same in college.
I never thought it would take me this far, but I hoped for it.
That hope brought him 3 years on the Florida roster before injury struck, and he also knew it was time to start preparing for his future as a doctor.
I wanted to get ready for what I was going to be doing the rest of my life.
He closed the door on Florida Field and stepped into Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. But as the Gators kicked off their 2012 season, he realized something wasn't right.
It felt different. I'd much rather be on the field, and I felt that inside. I didn't tell anyone.
He didn't tell anyone for days, even after Drew Ferris, the snapper who took Chris's place, broke his collarbone. But while sitting in Knoxville watching his Gators take on the Vols, Chris remembered something Coach Muschamp had told his team.
And we've always talked about man down, man up.
Man down, man up. You know, that's how we've been playing it the whole year, you know.
And I was just watching the game, and I said to myself, being out there, I could help fill in for Drew. I could help the team out.
The following week, Chris went to see special teams coach DJ Durkin.
You know, I apologize for leaving the team before. I hope you can understand the reasons why I did it.
The next day, he was back at practice and then starting versus LSU. He finished his senior season with his teammates and still has no second thoughts about the time he spent away from them.
Definitely no regrets. I've seen it all. I was a normal student. I joined a fraternity. I played football for 4 years.
4 years, but that last one will be remembered when he epitomized everything Coach Muschamp had been preaching. Man down, man up. Cassidy Hill, WCJB, TV20 Sports. It's about pride, bragging rights, and for Chief One in Williston, the right to hold the Levy Cup. Is halftime really game time? To find out, you have to go inside the band. And the Florida Gators will continue to look to the freshman as she brings the heat. Leo Sayer seemed to sum up Florida defensive lineman Dominic Easley in that 1977 Classic. Easley may be a monster on the field with 26 tackles during the 2012 season, but once back on the sidelines, his cleats turn into dancing shoes.
You ever wake up and just want to dance? Y'all never do that?
No, Dom, we don't, but we're willing to learn.
Take one arm and then you gotta dance with it, you feel me? Okay. You gotta just keep, okay. Then you get the beat.
What's your beat? Give me a beat.
You gotta get the beat in your head.
Sometimes the beat in your head is tough to find, what with all the distractions a game can provide. So in that case, Easley just uses whatever's available to him, like at Tennessee last year.
I just know that those 2 words, Rocky Top, that's all I know. Sometimes I even start dancing in that because I got no other choice.
With no other choice, he dances away, no matter who's watching.
We don't have to catch him dancing. He ain't hiding. So he kind of puts that out there. He's not scared to dance.
In fact, he's hoping to pass on the groove to his little boy.
He's good, just like his dad. Yeah, he bounces up and down sometimes, you know, just like a baby.
All of this dancing is just a byproduct, though, of Dominic's mantra.
Come to a realization of life. Life isn't going to last but so long. So every second that you could possibly have, take advantage of it and have a good time.
He's just an awesome guy. He brings great energy to the locker room.
A great energy and a killer 1-2 step. Cassidy Hill, WCJB, TV20 Sports. There has been one constant for Florida, right there behind home plate.
I'm not a big fan of chlorine.
For an SEC Male Swimmer of the Year and a Gator who holds multiple records, chlorine is part of the job. And in a position that expects leadership, Driscoll was just fighting for a roster spot. For Florida Gator fans, David Nelson's name is synonymous with one of the greatest moments in the football program's history.
Lofted into the end zone, touchdown Nelson!
The former wide receiver helped the Gators capture 2 national championships and is now with the Cleveland Browns in the NFL. But as the 26-year-old continues to build a pro football career, he has something much more important he's building in Haiti.
Football is what I do, but it's not who I am. This ministry, these kids are my life.
Nelson, along with his 2 brothers, have started the I'm Me Foundation to help create a safe community and build a future for orphans in the third world country, a task that took the family by surprise.
I wanted to be an athlete. I wanted to focus my attention on the NFL, and week 1 of last season tore my ACL. About a year ago, we went to Haiti, and when you meet an orphan kid, there's something different about them. There's something about their smile, something different about their persona. When we got back home, we couldn't pretend like we didn't just see what we had seen.
It was then the 2, along with brother Daniel, took the verse John 14:18 to heart and started the foundation.
When you're feeling low, when you're feeling depressed, when you're feeling like nobody cares about you, that's when I will enter and I'll say, I will come to you.
The 3 of us kind of all had the same kind of feeling at the same time. We knew it wasn't by accident.
The Nelson brothers have been named guardians over 21 orphans in Haiti.
They asked me if I have kids from now on. I would say, yes, I have 21.
and now have a 5-phase plan to build a community that can raise 64 children when all is said and done. But their plan goes much farther.
Our vision is not just for Haiti, it's not just for America. Our vision is a global vision.
All they want to do is just hold you, and they're running to you with their arms open. There's something special about that.
For most Gator fans, special will always be linked with David Nelson and a jump pass touchdown that secured a national championship. But thanks to David, Patrick, and Daniel Nelson, special is in the smile of their children whose lives are just beginning. Cassidy Hill, WCJB, TV 20 Sports.
This was a precious moment. I'm glad we had this.
Yeah, me too.